Good morning, children. I'm Sharmila Miss here again. Welcome to the 16th session of our online class for the standard of 7 and for the subject of science. Okay. So the last lesson for our first semester will be soil. So you have learned in the previous lessons that it is one of the natural resource. So soil is also one of the natural resource. For what is the soil used? It is used mainly for the plants and animals. Okay, plants require soil to grow, and if the plants are grown well, that is by the process of agriculture, then we get different varieties of food items. Not only the food grains, we also get the clothes which is being manufactured from the raw materials which we get from the plants. And you know, in the soil there are many small living organisms. For example, you can see the earthworms are living in the soil. Then in the underground you can see there are rats living, those are called as the rodents. And then you can see some of the other animals which lives in the burrows. So in all these ways the soil is very helpful for the living organisms, and it is one of the natural resource. So this soil provides the soil is very important for agriculture, for some of the animals to live, the living organisms. It provides shelter for those living organisms, and with the help of the soil, when agriculture is done, we get the crops which are grown for food grains as well as for clothes. Okay, so this is about the soil. So now next we'll go to see what are the types of soil, how the soil is being differentiated by the color, by the feel, all that, how it is being differentiated. Okay, so now first is the soil profile. It is called as the soil profile. So you can refer to activity 9.2. So over here, first you should know how the soil is being formed. The formation of soil is being done by the weathering of rocks. That is, what is the meaning of weathering of rocks? The rocks are being broken into smaller particles. So that only helps in the formation of soil. So soil, it is formed by weathering of rocks. So weathering of rocks, as I told you, it is the breaking up of rocks. And then next, if you see in this activity, you can see the different layers of the soil. Each layer will have its own color. Okay, so in the down layer you can see the gravel, that is, you can find the little rough soil with the small stones in it and all that, and then you can find the clay soil, you can find the humus soil, you can find the top soil, and then in the top layer you can find the water with all the impurities in that. So in that, among that, the most important one is the humus. How the humus is being formed? So humus is being formed by the dead and the decaying matter which is present in the soil. Okay, now for example, the trees, the leaves that fall from the trees, or the animals which die over there. Okay, so all the dead and the decayed matter which combines with the soil, that makes the soil more fertile and forms a good manure. So that only it is called as the humus. And then we come to the vertical section. Vertical section means what? From the top to the down. If you see the activity, you will be able to see that. Okay, so you can refer the activity as well as you can see what are the layers that is there in the soil. So that is called as the vertical section, where you can see different layers of soil in different color. So those layers of soil which is there in the vertical section, that only is called as the soil profile. And then next we go on to the horizons. What is the meaning of horizons? Which is one layer above the other layer, that is from the left to the right. Okay, vertical is from the top to the down, or from the down to the top. Horizontal means it is from the left to the right or from the right to the left. So if you refer in your textbook, you can see there are different layers of soil. So when you look at the soil from the top, you can see only the top layer of the soil. That is why we call it as the upper layer or the top layer of soil. But as you see the people digging, you can see the different layers inside. So that is being given in the form of a diagram in your textbook, so you can refer that. So over there each layer, so each layer is different. How it is different? Is it different only in color? No. Even when you touch that, the feel is different. Some will have finer particles, some will have sticky particles. So some will have very rough particles of soil. So it differs in feel. That is when you touch it. The color. Each layer has got different color. And then the depth. Depth means what? The deep, how deep it goes inside. And then the chemical composition. What all are being to put together in that soil, which makes the soil useful for different purposes. Different layers of soil is being used for different purposes. And then as I told you, the layer which is there on the top, so that is called as the top layer. If you want to see the different layers, when people build houses, they dig the soil to put the foundation. So then you can see the different colors in the soil. And then next, when people dig the place for putting well, to make a well over there. So then also you can see the different colors of soil coming out. So if you observe all these, then you will understand what is the meaning of each layer as a horizon. So each layer, according to the feel, the color, depth and chemical composition, each layer is called as a horizon. Okay children, now we will go on to the different layers of the earth, that is the soil. So each layer is called as a horizon. So the first layer is called as the topsoil or a horizon. Okay, so what you can find over here? So over here it has got a dark layer of soil. It has got a very dark layer of soil, and this soil is very rich in humus and minerals. And this humus and minerals, it forms the fertility of the soil and it provides nutrients for the good growth of the plants. So that is about the topsoil, or it is called as the A horizon. And the next layer below that is called as the middle layer, or it is called as the B horizon. So over here in this layer, the humus is less, but the minerals are more. Okay, it has got less content of humus, but it has got more content of minerals. So over here, this layer, it is little harder, much harder than the top layer. The middle layer is little harder than the top layer, and it is more compact. Compact means what? The soil particles are very close to each other. It is not the loose soil which is there on the top layer. And the next layer is called as the C horizon. The C horizon has got the mixture of lumps, small lumps of rocks, and then it is having some cracks in it. Cracks means what? Since it is having the rocks, there are small openings in it. And the last layer, it is called as the bedrock. So these are the main 4 layers in the soil. One is the top soil or A horizon, the middle layer or the B horizon, the C horizon, and the last is the bedrock. So now next we'll go on to the types of soil. Now we'll see the types of soil. Okay, so the types of soil. The main components in the soil, it is a mixture of rock particles and humus. Okay, the mixture of rock particles and humus together only forms the soil. So in that soil, what are the different types of soil? So first one is the sandy soil. Okay, so by the word name sand itself, you know it is the sand. So where do you find the sand? You can find the sand near the seashore or the river beds. Okay, near the sides of the river banks. So you can find the sand over there. So you know how the sand looks. And then next, the sand is being used for the construction of houses, that is the buildings. So you know how the sand looks. So it has got greater proportions of big particles. It has got little bigger particles. It is not fine as the other regular mud what you can see. So it is more bigger than the regular mud what you see at the generally what you see in the other common places. So that is first one is the sandy soil. The particles are bigger. The next is the clayey soil. The clayey soil, you know, you have used clay. Many times you have used clay for making so many things. Okay, so out of clay you make so many models you make. So when you touch the clay, how do you feel? You know, it is very fine particles. Okay, so those fine particles, the rate of the fine particles or the quantity of the fine particles is very high in the clay. That is why it is called as the clayey soil, and this clayey soil cannot be used for growing of crops. Okay, that is for agriculture. Very rare crops grow in the clayey soil. It is used for making, like for example, they make pots. In olden days, you might have seen people use pot vessels for cooking, but nowadays you can see the regular pots which they use for keeping plants. So all that is made from the clayey soil. The statues of or the idols of any, like for example, Ganesha Chaturthi, they make the Ganesha idol. So all these idols are made from the clayey soil. And then the next is the loamy soil. Okay, this is a mixture. Mixture means everything is combined in that. It has got clay, it has got sand, it has got clay and different other types of particles in it. Okay, so this is the best soil for growing of plants. So over here, the different types of particles which are present in it, everything put together, it is called as the silt, and this is being deposited in the last layer of the river beds. Over here, this loamy soil has got more capacity of holding more water content. So this loamy soil is very good for the growth of crops because it can hold the water for a longer period of time, and not only that, it can hold more quantity of water. So, and this is very helpful for the growth of plants. So, to know about all this in detail, you can refer to activity 9.4. So, these are the types of the soil. So, one is the sandy soil, one is the clayey soil, one is the loamy soil. This is the best soil for the growth of plants. And then they have given you how to find out, they have given you how to find out the content of water in the soil. So that is called as the percolation. So in that you have got a sum which has to be worked out. So for your reference, one sum I worked it out on the board. The rest you can refer in your reader. Yes children, now we will see how to calculate the percolation of water in the soil. Okay, for that you have to use a formula. So this is the formula which you have to use to calculate the percolation of water in the soil. So the percolation rate, it is taken for ml. ml means milliliters for 1 minute. How many milliliters per minute? So for that the formula is amount of water over percolation time. It should be calculated only in minutes. Okay. So in your textbook you can see they have given you an example sum. A sample is taken. It took 20 minutes for 200 ml to percolate. What is the percolation rate? Okay. So this is the sum given. So using the formula amount of water. So amount of water given is 20 ml, that is 200 ml, that is 200 milliliters, and the time given is 20 minutes. Okay, so rate of percolation. So how you are going to calculate this? 200 ml over 20. Okay, that is the amount of water over the time. So over here the 0 and 0 will get cancelled. So over here 2 and 20. How many times 2 will go by 20? 10 times 2 tens are 20. So it is 10 ml per minute. Yes children, with this we come to the end of our first semester portions. Okay, so just go through the video and finish your classwork and be prepared for your exam. See you in the next semester. Thank you.